All right. We are live. We got 6 people here. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Let's see. It's been a fun, busy week. I'll just give you a little update before we dig right into the whiskeys. I've got a lot of really cool projects coming up. Some of them I can't tell you about. Some of them I can. This coming week, I'm going to be going to 4 different distilleries on 3 different days, and that's just during the week. So it's going to be really crazy busy, but I'm super excited about it. Going to be some really cool content derived from all this. Should be a good time. But that's going to be a blast. It's all coming in the future. And I will say none of this would be possible without you guys, so thank you all. I say it at the beginning of every video, and the reason is because I really mean it. Without y'all's support, I wouldn't be able to make these videos, wouldn't be able to do these live streams, wouldn't be able to develop a collection and do tastings and everything. So thank you for making it possible. Continue doing what you do. And I am forever appreciative. I got the results here, but there's no reason for me to go in reverse order. I've got a tray, 8 different whiskeys. Now, those may look like small amounts in each of those glasses, but they are half-ounce pours. They have been measured and poured blind for me by Yolanda, my partner, my muse, helping me out yet again. So what are we doing today, guys? So we are tasting, well, not this one. We're not tasting the Old Red, but everything else up here we're tasting, and we're tasting it all blind. I think the real motivation behind this was I had been wanting for a long time to do a side-by-side of a bunch of different budget whiskeys and see which ones I liked. This, I kind of narrowed the scope a little because there are so many budget whiskeys out there. I decided to set a price point, $20, and that's per 750. I say that because Early Times, right there, is a little bit more than $20 on a 750. It would be under 20. Oh, yes, the unstable connection. It's always a good start to the night when 2 minutes and 30 seconds into my broadcast, my computer says my connection is unstable. So hopefully you guys can continue to see me and hear me throughout this. We'll see. But I would say, well, so some of these whiskeys I bought for this purpose specifically, and I opened and I tasted them and I tried them essentially just to get the neck pour out of the bottle. Some of these are in my collection regularly, and they're just part of what I drink. The only ones that were open, though, before very recently were the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond and the very old Barton Bottled and Bond and the Mellow Corn. I didn't get Old Crow in this. Do they do a Bottled and Bond? I don't even know. So we're going to taste all of these. Got 8 different samples. I'm going to try them all. And I'm not really going to try to guess what is what. Maybe I'll throw those out, 1 or 2, just random ones. I'm like, oh, I think that's this. But the purpose of this is not really to figure out if I can pull, cheap whiskeys out of a lineup. The purpose is to figure out what my personal preference is for the best low-dollar whiskey at a 50% Bottled and Bond under $20. So it's basically, what is my new table whiskey? Because for right now, I'll tell you what, this was a table whiskey for a while. For a while, I was using Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. I got kind of sick of it. And so I moved to the very old Barton Bottled and Bond, which is actually relatively hard to get around here. But that move, that's what's in my decanter right now, which is my table whiskey. And I'm kind of curious to see what else is out there. I recently picked up a bunch of these, and we'll see how it goes. So just so people know what's up there, if you can't quite see it, if you're unfamiliar, I've got Early Times right here. This is the pre-sale of Early Times. I don't remember who that transaction was between, to be honest with you, but Early Times is a brand that was recently sold, and people are kind of worried about its future. But this is the pre-sales version of that Early Times. I think it's still the same juice. I think they're still going to be making that for a while until they get all the branding transferred over. Next up is Old Tub, relatively new thing to be brought back onto the market. It was one of the first products, I think, from the Jim Beam family. Now it's being brought back and revived, Bottled and Bond. J.W. Dant and JTS Brown. Both of these Bottled Bond products, 100 proof, obviously, 4 years, obviously. But I'd never tried either of these. And I'd never really considered them. Considered buying both of these and did, in fact, buy both of these. But for this video, I decided to go ahead and try these two right here. Then on this side, some obvious ones, Mellow Corn. I already talked about Very Old Barton, and I talked about Evan Williams Bottled Bond. The one I haven't talked about is Benchmark, another relatively new whiskey in the world of budget whiskey releases. Benchmark, this is the Bottled Bond version. They have a whole bunch of different Benchmark products. The Top Floor, Single Barrel, Bottled Bond, Full Proof, all of these. I have the Full Proof, and it's fantastic, but we're going to try out the Bottled Bond as it stacks up blind compared to some of these others. So, like I said before, I've got half-ounce pours, but if you've ever poured half of an ounce into a Glencairn, it does not look like very much whiskey. So I think what I'm going to do is go through all of these, nose them, and give a ranking on the nose. And then because I've got basically one good drink of each of them, I will then go back and taste each one and give a ranking for that just one taste that I get out of it. And we'll see what happens. Before I forget, I'm trying to do some really cool live streams in the future that are a lot like this, guys. I want to do a live stream where I taste every single Stag Junior batch in existence. That's batches 1 through 14. And I'm close to being able to do it. The only ones I'm missing are batch 1, batch 7, and batch 8. If you have any of those three, reach out to me. thedrinkpro@gmail.com, any of the social media apps. Hit me up. Let me know, because I would love, love, love to be able to have every single batch in a lineup. One other thing, before I forget, I'm also trying to do something similar with Michter's products. I want to do a lineup of every, we'll call it mid-tier rarity Michter's product. I'm not going to be able to get all the 20s and 25s, even though I would love to do that. If you've got a 20, 25, a Celebration Sour Mash, and you're willing to send me an ounce to do a review on, it would be absolutely wonderful. I would be forever in your good graces. But the only two I'm missing from the mid-tier, below that sort of insanity tier, are the barrel strength bourbon and the toasted barrel bourbon. If you've got one of those two, I would love to chat with you. I'd love to get an ounce of it for a review. So let me know if you guys have any of those 5 whiskeys I think I just named. The Michter's toasted barrel bourbon, the Michter's barrel strength bourbon, the Stag Junior batches 1, 7, or 8. It'll make my life a lot easier in the future. And it'll make some cool content. We'll have a lot of fun. I'll shout you out. If you got a cause you want me to shout out, I'll shout that out too. Yeah, fun times. So let's go ahead and start nosing these whiskeys. Giving you 8 minutes of rambling. We haven't even touched the whiskey, so that's a problem. I hope you guys are doing okay tonight. I hope your Sunday's been good and your weekend's been good. I hope you have some wonderful plans for next week, that it's going to really just knock you out of the water. The end of September is here. We're getting into October. Fall is here. I had my first basic bitch pumpkin spice latte because I am a basic bitch. I'm not afraid to admit it on live stream. My mom will hate that, but, you know, whatever. Oh, and this is really a vain thing. I'm looking in my monitor here, and I'm noticing that my tooth whitening toothpaste is working. I did the video with Dan Kidd, and if you've ever seen a video with Dan Kidd, his white-ass teeth stand out like a lighthouse. I don't know what he's doing to those things, but tain't natural, Dan. Nonetheless, it really made my teeth look yellow as hell, and I was like, I bet I could find some sensitive toothpaste for my weird sensitive gums that also whiten my teeth. And I did, and it works. Who'd have thunk it? Now, I will stop rambling about my sensitive teeth and my gum recession and start smelling whiskeys. So this is number 1. They're not, I don't know what order Yolanda's put these in. I'm just going to go based on the number order on the tray. You can see there's little numbers on them there. Yeah. So I'm just going to go in number order, and we'll give it a shot. When I'm better at this, I will have Yolanda post in some location I haven't checked the answers so that you guys can know and be, watching me be an idiot in real time instead of having to find out I'm an idiot at the end along with me. Well, number one is really thin. I mean, these are all going to be kind of thin. Very sweet, very thin. I'm sort of eliminating options in my mind, which is kind of against the spirit of this, I guess. I'm debating. Should I try to figure out which is which? Or actually just go purely on taste? Forget that these are even options and just go, how do I like the smell? How do I like the taste? Because there's some fun to be had in each one. There's fun to be had in saying, oh, I can pull all these notes out. And I know which one's which, even though I've never had some of these before. But like that sort of childlike wonderment is fun and more endearing, I guess. I think I'm going to stick with the latter. I think I'm going to just try to figure out if I like it or not. Forget about, I'm going to turn my page here. I had that numbers written down so I knew which whiskeys to shamelessly ask for. By the way, everybody, if you aren't a member of the Patreon, you should definitely join now. Now is the time. There we go. Clean page. I know I've been putting in the videos that start of my videos, but if you're in the Patreon by October 1st, you're gonna have an opportunity to win an allocated whiskey. That'd be really cool. And so you're only gonna have that chance if you're in the Patreon by October 1st. So consider signing up. And but enough plugging. I'm bad about that. I plug too much. Okay, let's go ahead and start just trying to figure out what's going on with these whiskeys. By the way, while I'm doing this, go ahead and put in the chat. Let me know. Let me know either how your weekend's been or what you're sipping on. I want to hear from you guys. It's looking very quiet in my live chat, and I don't know why. I want to see you guys chatting me up. Well, so the first one, like I said, it's pretty thin. I'm getting a little bit of like a rye spice, a little bit of vanilla. Go ahead and mark on this paper some numbers. It's got a bit of a almost like sour tannic quality. Little medicinal. Yeah, the grains are really prominent in this one. Number one is very grain dominant. Oh, it's a little fruity too. It's got this weird sour note, but other than that, I actually really like the nose on number one. I'm going to give that an 85 on my arbitrary number scale. All right. What order are these in? Number two. I think that's a 2. A 2. It could be a 1, but that's a 1. That's a 1. That's a 2. I can hear Yolanda shout from the other room. That was a 2. All right. Let's go ahead and smell number 2. Banana bread. I think I know which one that is. I mean, I try not to do that, but guys, when it smells like straight banana bread, there's kind of one brand that's known for that. And I don't think there's an Old Forester product in the lineup. Y'all are quiet today. Y'all are being quiet. I hope my live chat's actually working, because if it's not, then I'd love to know about it, but I don't know how you know about it. I don't know. I mean, I like it. It's sweet. It's banana bread.
Can you not see any chats?
No, I don't see any chats.
You should restart then.
Oh, boy.
Because there's a bunch of comments in there.
Okay, well, my live chat is not working, apparently. So that's fun. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it working. All right.
Do you see me calling you an ass?
Not yet, but looks like there might be a lot up here. Okay, I'm seeing some chats now. Yeah. Glad you love the glasses, Josh. Top floor is his favorite. I've never tried the top floor. I need to try that out. Michael McAllister's in the house. Mike, speaking of Patreon before, I need Mike to send me his shirt size. You can throw it in the chat if you'd like, but the quarterly benefit for my patrons is the first release of our branded shirts. Now, there will be some of those coming in the future for everybody else, but some of our top tier patrons get first access to the t-shirts. So send me your shirt size, Mike. So Yolanda said she was calling me an ass in the chat. I don't see that. Yeah, finding some EC Toasted Barrel is always nice. Yeah, I got to call Josh. I got to call you about the shirts, my man. Brad, I see you. That's not going to happen, my man. All right, cool. 2XL for Brad. Same here, brother. Oh, not Brad, Mike. I said Brad because I was just reading Brad. I feel you on that, man. Diets have never worked for me either. What happens if I restore the chat now? Uh-oh, that didn't work. Oh, no. Who doesn't love technology, guys? You know, I have the damnedest time with YouTube. I might just start fucking streaming on Twitch because this is ridiculous. So I don't see Yolanda calling me an ass in the chat. That's probably for the better. Okay, I can see you guys talking now. That's good. Let's yeah. Let's get back to number 2 here. Let's get back to brass tacks. I mean, that's a good nose. Do I like it more than the nose on 1? See, 1 is more classic. Like 2 is straight banana bread, which is nice, but I think 1 is more classic. So I'm going to give 2. I'm going to go close with it, though. I don't know. I think I'm going to go 80. I'm going to give myself a lot of breathing room because I've made this mistake before and ended up having to go like half points. So there's a fly in number 1. Can you see that? Next to the E and V? That's a fly. I got it. Using that ape-like technology of stick. I ain't worried about the diseases. I don't think the fly's carrying COVID. I just didn't want it in my whiskey. Yeah. Yeah. We're going 85, then 80. Number 3. Whoa, I like that. And it may have thrown me off. I can see that thing you just said. Can anyone see my chats? I can see that, Yolanda. I couldn't see the thing you giving me shit. Brad says flies deserve whiskates too. Now this is interesting because I assumed that this one was the very old Barton because it's super banana bready, but when I smell number 3, it's even more banana bready. It's sweeter and more bready, less banana-y, I guess. Oh, I can already tell this is going to be tough, guys. Oh, shit. Why do I do this to myself? I give myself impossible tasks and then make a fool of myself in front of the internet. All right, I gave that one an 85. Yeah, I gave that one an 80. Ooh, it's stronger. I don't think I like that as much. The breadiness is too aggressive. Like it's gotta see when I first nosed it, I said how much I liked it. When I first nosed it, I was like, "Ooh, it's sweet and it's baked goods." But now that baked goods is gone and it's just bread. And I don't want bread. I want whiskey. If I wanted bread, I'd be the bread pro. 75. One thing that's worth noting is a lot of differences between nose and palate. I always have that happen. I always think the nose is going to be the same and it proved wrong. Okay. Number 4. Oh, shit, lost my pen. Number 4. Whoa, no, no, no. Oh, no. This is so bad. Oh, no. It's like rubbing alcohol and peanut shells. It's like vanilla scented rubbing alcohol with peanut shells. That's got to be a 65. I'll be generous and give that a 65. Holy crap. That's so bad, guys. Oh. All right, let's do number 5. Nate said Old Tub. It could be. I hope it's not, because that would mean I'd be shitting on Old Tub pretty hard, right out of the gate. And people really seem to like Old Tub. So, but that's the beauty of the blind, guys. Like doing things blind really helps, because then you find out, hey, I hate this one. I love this one. Hey, this $12 one's better than this $20 one. Good to know. That's what I'll put in my decanter from now on. Oh, now this is very classic. Number 5 is very classic. It's a little bit sharp. It has a little bit of that alcohol burn. But, yeah, I get a little bit of the cherry. A little bit of baking spice, some cinnamon, some cherry, some vanilla, some caramel. This is a good, I like this. This, let me compare it to 85 here, number 1. Yeah, see, and I think my connection is unstable. It could be mellow corn brews. I don't know. I think I got to put that one at number 1. Let me walk through them all real quick, and that's what I have at number 2. Oh, that's number 3. It's number 4. Oh, Lord, that's number 5. Oh, boy. I think I know what that is. I'm going to guess that number 4 right now is JW Dant, because last night when I was tasting all of these, the Dant was really hard to get down. Okay, let's go to number 6. 6. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should probably do this in, well, bourbon's American. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the best I got. A little bit of accent. Throw in some of that Hoosier Southernness. Now this is okay. Okay, we're getting into the. This is corn. This has got to be mellow corn. Just smells like corn. And the thing is, it's not offensive. I like it. It's fine. It's just corn. Yeah, it lacks a lot of the depth though of number 5. Oh, I never gave number 5 a score. Number 5 is getting a 90. Just spacing everything out with 5 in increments. This one's kind of tricky. The more I keep smelling number 6, the more I'm questioning whether or not that's really my first choice. Five kind of reminds me of 1. 6 kind of reminds me of 1. Yeah, I think 6 is like a more robust version of 1. This is a hard one. I'm not getting a lot on the nose. Oh, boy. Where do I put that? Nate asked a good question. So are the scores relative to the pours you have tonight, like overall of every whiskey? Yeah, the numbers I'm doing right now are sort of like based vaguely in like a standardized system, but I'm widening the gap because I want to have room to stick whiskeys in between other whiskeys. So I think my starting point with an 85 is generous, but these are all kind of relative to each other and not to all whiskey in general. All right, that was number 1. I don't like 6 as much as I like 1, but I like 6 more than 2. Yeah. Oh, God, it's like varnish remover. It's fucking terrible. Number 5 might be losing some ground for me because it's just it's quiet, not in a good way. Yeah, I think I'm gonna change my score. I think I'm gonna put number 5. I think 5 is going between 1 and 2, and then 6 is going above 5. Actually, 6 I think is going to be the new top. I think 6 is going to get the 90. And then I think 5 is going to get an 83. We'll close ranks at the end of all this and make sure I agree with my ranking. Oh no. Boy. Oh, God damn. 4 is so bad. I mean, I thought 7 was bad, then I went back to 4 and went, nope. 7 is okay. 7. So I'm not giving you notes. Let me give you some notes. So 7 is, it's very sharp ethanol. There's a lot of that alcohol burn. It's sweeter. See, 4 is like, it's like rotten. It's like rye bread and ethanol and mold. Moldy rye bread and alcohol. Just smells spoiled. 7, it's got that sharp tinge. That alcohol is really prominent. But it's got a little citrus, a little bit of fruitiness. Little apple, little green apple. I mean, when it just sat there stagnant, it was super ethanol, and that. All right, let's just compare that to 1, I guess. By the way, trick I learned: if you smell your elbow right there, it'll sort of reset your nose back to 0. Yeah, worse than that for sure. Okay. Worse than that. Ooh. I think it's got to be about the same as that. I think I'm going to make 7 and 3 the same. So 7's going to get a 75. Last but not least, number 8. Oh, okay. Number 8, I know what it is. I think. Very rich caramel. Not a particularly good nose, to be honest. It's got that ethanol burn. It's got that almost sourness, but it's very bready, very sweet. It's kind of interesting. I think 2, 3, and 8 all share this sort of like rich, deep breadiness. And so I wonder why. I don't know. Nothing on the label was obvious, just in my quick glance. All right, I like 8 more than that. 8's better than 3. Yeah, see, I like 2 better. I think this is between 2 and 3. So we'll give it like a 77. So let's go ahead, worst to best, and see if I still agree with my notes. So first off, number 4. You know what it is? It smells like old coffee filter. It smells like you poured vodka on an old coffee filter. Not liking that one. Number 3, I'm sorry, that was number 4. That's last place. Second to last is a tie between 7 and 3. Yeah, they're tied for different reasons. 3 is more ethanol, and it still has like breadiness, but it's just like a little soured. But 7 doesn't have that breadiness at all, and it's quite soured. So 7 is, nah. 7 may, I may actually, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put 7 below 3. So 7 just got 72. Then just above number 3, we had, what the hell did we have? My notes on this are terrible. Number 2. No, number 8. Yeah. Then number 2. Okay. Then number 5. Wait a minute now. 5 might need to be dropped. 5 I had an 83. Yeah, 5 is worse than 2. So 5 is getting dropped. So 2 is at 80. The next one was a 77, which is number 8. So let's do 5 and 8. It does, yeah. 5 is really keeps getting progressively worse the more I smell it. My first score on it was a 90. Now it's going to fall significantly. I think it's got to be just under 8. 8 was 77, and then 3 was 75. I'm getting a nuttiness on 3. 3 might be old tub. I'm going to go ahead and give 5 the same number I gave 3. So 5 is now at a 75. By the end of this, it might be a 0. Okay. So current order. I really should have a way. Oh, you know what? I'll write on the back of this result page my favorite best to worst on the nose. So best to worst on the nose was number 6 was the best, followed close by number 1, and then number 2, Then we had number 8, and then a tie between 3 and 5. Then we had number 7, and finally, Brain at the Rear was number 4. Number 4, by a lot, is the worst. Some pretty closeness in the mid to the top on these numbers. They're all pretty close. So let's go ahead and start tasting these. I'm going to stick with the 1 through 8 order. Not going to use the order of my nosing ranking, but that's the nosing ranking for you playing the home game. Yes, I know my 4s look bad. Let's go ahead. My beard is itchy. Gotta use some more beard oil. It's getting itchy. It's the downside of trimming the beard. When it was long like that, I didn't care. It was like, whatever. It's fine. Let's go ahead and taste these. Number 1. Wow. Number 1 is so smooth. Ooh, it's got a good finish on it. Uncle Dave asked if we win prizes for playing at home. If somebody can guess all 8 correctly, then I'll give them something. All right, everybody hear that? If you get all 8 correct, and the options are behind me on the top, if you get all 8 correct, I'll figure something out. Just shoot me an email or a DM or something, and I'll get you something fun. But you got to get all 8 of them right. And I need you to type your answers in the chat. Yolanda can win. Yes, you can win. You have to type your answers in the chat so that I can go back after this is over and scroll through them. It's the only way it's going to work. And you have to get them in before I start reading out of the answers. So, okay, number 1 was sweet, hints of caramel, super duper smooth, 0 burn whatsoever. Mid palate was a little bit nutty, but the finish was quite woody, I would say. I really liked that. I was super impressed with that, to be honest with you. I mean, that was second from the top. That was number 2 in my nosing. I'm trying to get the last little drops of this fucker out. We're going to go ahead and give that an 85 as well. Keep it with the 85. Just keep the notes the same. All right, number 2. This is fucking gotta be Barton. Sweet banana bread, caramel. Oh, fresh cut oak. Got that fresh oak. A little bit of that astringency in the middle. I don't like that astringency as much. Ironically, I think a lot of people would prefer this one to the first one, but I don't. And it's my palate that I'm doing this on. But for you playing at home, that's worth noting that if you like oakiness, if you like sweet oak in particular, number 2 might be a preferable choice to number 1. I tend to go for citrus and berries and caramel and baking spice. And so I prefer number 1. So number 2 is going to get but it's good. It's good whiskey. So I'm going to give it an 80 as well. I'm kind of sticking with the same notes I gave on the nose. Just so happens to be working out that way. Number 3. Do not like the nose. Okay. I just realized the way I'm doing this, I'm going to take 4 ounces of whiskey to the face, like real fast. Not maybe my best idea. Okay. Boring. Boring. Boring, boring, boring. It's vanilla. Hint of caramel. Have this bad sour taste. No. Not good, not good, not good. I'm going to go lower. I gave it a 75 on the nose. I don't like this. I'm going to go 70 on the palate. I'm going to go 65 on the palate. That's legitimately not good. Okay. Number 4. Oh, now there's a fly in this one. Where are these flies coming from? Oh, wait, that's not a fly. What the hell is that? Well, I don't want to swallow it. Damn it. I'm going to ruin this fucking pen. All right, we're close. Just a speck of something. I don't know. I don't want to ask. Don't ask, don't tell. That's how I operate with weird shit in my drinks. Okay, number 4. I hope to God it's not a booger. I'm glad this is one of the lighter pours because don't lick the nose. I hope that's not mellow corn. That'll make me sad. It's like light vanilla and then corn and then it dies. And there's nothing. You know, ironically, that might be better than number 3 because it wasn't actively bad. It was just kind of nothing. I'm going to go ahead and give it a tie with number 3. They're both near the bottom of my list anyway, so fuck it. And now whiskey's coming out of my pen instead of ink. Okay. That's first 4. I'm going to take a breather because I don't really want to take 4 ounces of whiskey straight to the head. Totally right, Dave. Boring is better than bad, especially when you're talking about cheap whiskey. If you're talking about table whiskey, being unremarkable is expected. Being unnoticed is a good thing. It's a background noise. I'm going to go ahead and take a minute here, though, and try to get hammered drunk on whiskey by just pounding it down my throat. One of the things I can tell you about that I'm doing is this Friday, I'm going down to Rabbit Hole Distillery. Do I have any Rabbit Hole out here? No, I think it's in the other room. I'm going to Rabbit Hole Distillery. I'm going to do a private tour with them. I'm going to interview a couple people that work there and do a video for you guys that will be released. I'm hoping they'll let me try the Cave Hill Founders Edition release, their special edition rye, coming in at a whopping $200 a bottle, limited run. But I'm still a little sticker shocked at that price point because they are a relatively small, relatively new company. And that's the price point I would expect from something like a Wild Turkey Master's Keep. And that's a high bar competition. So maybe they'll be able to match it and beat it even. I hope so. I would love to find out. But no matter what, I'm going to make a video out of it. And that should be coming up soon. What else I got going on? Oh, next Sunday. That's good to know, Bruce. Bruce said he's loving his Cave Hill regular. I've not had the regular Cave Hill. I think I need to get some before I go on the tour because I need to know what the original tastes like. I've got the High Gold, which I did a review of early on in my video career here, so to speak. And I like the High Gold. So I need to check out the Cave Hill. Anyway, that'll be fun. I'm also next Sunday doing a blending video where I'm going to walk through doing a little bit of a blend. A lot going for a young bourbon, definitely worth a try. Good to know. Good to know, Bruce. Yeah, next Sunday on the live stream, I'm going to make a blend live in real time with you guys. A lot of it's going to be, I'm going to try to use whiskeys that are relatively available so people can play along at home. Although, you know, that's kind of a big ask depending on how big your collection is. But nonetheless, I will try to make it doable. And it's really going to be about, you know, kind of talking through in real time, picking out the right flavor notes, trying to understand what you're looking for and how those components will fit together, and the experimentation that goes into making your own blend. I've made a couple infinity bottles that were infinity bottles, but they're really more experiments in blending. So I'm looking forward to that very much. What else? What else? What else? What else? There are so many things I want to talk about that I can't talk about. I can tell you this. I don't know if I've told people this. I have incorporated. So Drink Pro is now a company, Drink Pro LLC. Yolanda and I are both the members of the company. And for you guys, that probably doesn't mean a lot. It shouldn't change how we operate. It shouldn't change any of the content. But for me, it's going to make it a lot easier to make the content because I can write off on my taxes a lot of different things, and I can limit my liability. So if I want to be more aggressive about spending money to boost the quality, to get more people watching, I can do it. So it's exciting. It's exciting stuff for the channel, you know. I see a lot of YouTubers that do whiskey channels. They don't talk about this stuff, and I think it's dumb. That'd be wonderful, Mike. Let me know what day you're looking at. Shoot me an email or something, and we'll talk about it, or a text or whatever. Because you said early next week. If you mean the coming week, the week on starting tomorrow, it's going to be a busy one. So I kind of hope you mean the week after that. But even if you do mean the week starting tomorrow, shoot me a message, and we'll see if I can, you know, make it work. I'm going to be a busy man, but I like to make time for people who are making time for me. Yeah. I was saying I don't like, you know, a lot of YouTube channels don't talk about the process of developing their channel or the behind the scenes stuff. I think it's stupid. You know, you guys are respecting me enough by joining these streams, giving me your time, paying attention to what I'm doing. You know, I love talking about whiskey, and I could do it at length. But I also like to talk about, you know, this journey that I'm going on, which is really weird and crazy, and not something I ever thought I could do. So it's fun. One other thing before I get back to the back half, the back nine, thank God it's only 4 and not 9. Before I get to the back 9 of the tasting here, I'll also mention that tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, is the Patreon-only live stream where I'm doing a Q&A. Myself, Yolanda, and our dog Oreo will all be there answering your questions. I'm an open book. If you've got a question about me, about her, about us, about anything, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer it. Not too late to join the Patreon to see that live stream. Patreon.com/thedrinkpro. Okay, enough plugs. I love plugs. You'd think as much as I love plugs, I would have hair. Let's go ahead and try number 5. Okay. So number 5, very classic bourbon notes. I like number 5. But I said that when I first smelled number 5 too. Oh, there's something on the finish though that I don't like. Ugh. It's good up until the finish. The finish gets like the wood becomes, I guess I would say, metallic, which is really unpleasant. Yeah, that's a shame. Everything else is going really well with it. Green apple, vanilla, caramel. All pretty soft, but definitely there. Mid palate. Pretty much caramel, honestly. The caramel really lingers. Maybe a little bit of like an almond. But yeah, then the finish, way late in the game, I get this sort of it's like bitter chemical agent. God damn it. This is where it gets hard because I can't retaste things. Come here. There's so much good going for it. I may have to put it above 3 and 4, which I gave 65s. I'm going to give this a 70. Because it does have a lot of good going for it. That finish just, like, it would be 85 or 90, honestly, if that finish wasn't so shitty. All right, let's do number 6. Boring. Number 6 is fine. Sweet corn. Sweet corn and vanilla. Maybe a little bit of like a dry huskiness. It could be mellow corn, although I didn't think so based on the nose. Number 6 got my best nose. I wish I could retaste shit. Damn it. I feel like it's got to be like a 75. That puts it above everything except 1 and 2. And I feel like that's pretty right. 75 for number 6. Number 7. Crushing these whiskeys. Slamming them back. Oh, I forgot just to taste this. I was just enjoying the nose. The nose on this has gotten better with time. Maybe just because I'm getting drunker. Who knows? Oh, no. Oh, God, it started so good. It started with classic sweet vanilla bourboniness. And then the mid palate got like really, mid palate got like vomit, the flavor of vomit. Boy, that's bad. I think that's the worst yet. I think that's 50. I'm gonna give that a 55. That was goddamn awful. I'm really gonna laugh if that's one I think is really good or something. It just can't be. I've got to be smarter than that. Fucking A. Okay, last and final one, and then I want to see those guesses. And if you guess all 8 of them right, you're gonna win something of value. And by the way, I mean, it's not gonna be some bullshit. I'll give you something that's like legitimately of value. God, I don't know about this. The nose on this is not doing it for me. Ooh. Oh, that's really good. The nose is bad, but the flavor's good. Sweet vanilla. That vanilla lingers too. It starts off with vanilla. You get a little bit of the nuttiness, a little bit of woodiness. It's pretty non-distinct, but that's pretty solid. That might man, I don't know. It's tough because I can't do retastes. It's tough because I can't do retastes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give that the same. I'm going to give that the same score as 1. I think 1 and 8 are tied for number 1. And then what I'm going to do is give a final ranking based on nose and palate together. So my number 1 on the palate was a tie between 1 and 8. Then the number 2 was number 2. And then number 3 was, no, yes. And number 3 was number 6. And then 4th place was number 5. 5th place was a tie between 3 and 4. And then 6th place was number 7, being a dead last. So let me just sum the scores here real quick, just to give my final ranking on these. So let me do minus 30, 40. Math is hard when you've been drinking like this. It's actually quite hard. I figured out a way to make sense of this, but it's not going great. Oof. We're trying. We're mathing. All right, I think I got it. So my final ranking, I'm going to go reverse order because I think it's fun. My worst whiskey was number 4. My second worst whiskey, no, I'm sorry. My worst whiskey was number, that can't be, no, it is. Yeah, my worst whiskey was number 7. My second worst was number 4. My third worst was, I'm going to have to do this to keep track of everything. My third worst was number 3. Then we have number 5. After number 5, we have number 2 in 4th place, number 8 in 3rd place, number 6 in 2nd place, and number 1 in 1st place. All right. So I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes, approximately. Yeah, I'm already ignoring you, Nate. That's fine. I'm good at ignoring you. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. Send me your guess of what these are. Here are your choices up here. Early Times, Old Tub, J.W. Dant, J.T.S. Brown, Evan Williams, Benchmark, Very Old Barton, and Mellow Corn. 1 through 8, based on everything I've said. Over here is the nose, over here is the palate, and right by my middle finger is the final tally, the final order. So 1 through 8, give me what you think they were. If you get them all right, you get a special prize. Ryan's already in. He's on it, buddy. Ryan's on it. Again, my final order was 16825 I'm sure that helped you all very much. Mike's not going to guess the rest. I like it. Oh, man. But, yeah, I'll give you guys a few minutes. I'll try to keep this. I can't really keep this up, so I'll show you one more time. But, yeah, once that clock on the live feed hits 102, I'm going to go ahead and do the big reveal. So get your answers in now while you can. We're waiting on Nate, I know. I hope a couple other y'all are trying to figure out something fun. All right, Nate's got his thing figured out finally. Interesting. He said, wait. Oh, Nate's saying Evan Williams is last. Hey, Buddha S, can you put those all in one thing, my man? Because I have to go back and scroll through this. If you can put all your numbers in one chat. I know you're working on it, so I won't cut you off right at the 102 mark if you don't get it done, but that would help me a great deal. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun week. Gonna be a busy week. I'll give you guys a sneak preview because Nate. Okay. Okay. So I need to clarify the rules clearly because I want to make sure that Ryan, Nate, and the Buddha here all know what's going on. I think you guys are the only ones that are guessing in this at this point. Let's go ahead and say, give me the order based on the cup numbers. So if you didn't give me the order based on the cup numbers, then go ahead and retype them. And I will again show you this. This is my order for the cup numbers. And while that's getting sorted out, I'm going to go ahead and take a look. Okay, that's fine, Ryan. If I know what you've got, so that's fine. So let me just look through and see if anybody actually won. So Mike Halliday, let me know if your guesses are based on first place and second place. I assume that is, and not what the cup numbers were. All right. Giving y'all some time. None of y'all guys are close, just so you know. Got the official results here. There are... There are the answers. Number 1 was Evan Williams. Number 2 was Very Old Barton. Number 3 was Old Tub. Number 4, Early Times. Number 5, J.W. Dant. Number 6, J.T.S. Brown. Number 7, Mellow Corn. And number 8, Benchmark. What does that mean? Well, it means that on the nose, my favorite pour was J.T.S. Brown. That was a $9.99 bottle of whiskey. Second place was Evan Williams Bourbon Bond. And third place on the nose was the Very Old Barton. So the Very Old Barton and the Evan Williams I kind of expected because those are already regulars in my arsenal. The one I didn't expect was last place on the nose, Early Times. I did not like Early Times on the nose. Second to last place, Mellow Corn. That surprises me even more. I've never had Early Times before. I've drank a lot of Mellow Corn. Did not like it on the nose or on the palate. Mellow Corn was my least favorite on the palate. Tied for second worst on the palate. Old Tub and Early Times. Those are both hyped up whiskeys. That's why you got to figure out what you like, and you got to do it blind. Don't let the hype feed into you. My favorite ones on the palate, it was a tie between Evan Williams and Benchmark. Didn't see that coming either. The Benchmark Bottle and Bond didn't get a lot of hype. The Foolproof I had and really liked, but Bottle and Bond didn't get much hype. I really liked it. Second place on the palate was the Very Old Barton again. And third place on the palate, well, fourth place really was JTS Brown. My final results, my final order, I'll give it reverse worst to best. The one I thought was the worst, Mellow Corn. That was the worst of these 8 up here. Blind, combining my nose and my palate. My second worst, Early Times. Did not perform well in this tasting. I actually think I'm going to pour myself a little Early Times after we're done talking about these results, because this is not what I expected. Third from the bottom, Old Tub. Again, a really hyped whiskey. Didn't care for it. Fourth from the bottom, which is fifth from the top, very much middle of the road. Number 5, J.W. Dant, middle of the road. After that, it's number 2, Very Old Barton. Very Old Barton finished 4th in my lineup. I think it's just kind of meh, which I didn't expect. I thought I liked it more than that. Number 3 in my lineup, Benchmark Bottled and Bond. Uncle Dave said Benchmark Bottled and Bond is dog water to him. Well, I would have said the same thing until I blinded it, my man. So I got a dog water palate, I guess. Number 2 is JTS Brown. This $10 bottle of whiskey I've never tried in my life. It's my second favorite of the bunch. That's pretty wild. Bardstown made. Love this. Love this white label on the back. That just really shows you quality. But hey, man, I liked it. You can't fake blind tastes. You can't fake blind tastes. Joe, yeah, it does have a great name, doesn't it, Joe? And the number 1. I should have seen this coming, but I didn't. Evan Williams, the classic, Bottled and Bond. So let's go in my order here. Oh fuck. Well, I'm not gonna bother with that. I had an idea that I just gave up on it real quick. Yeah, like I was really surprised that the Early Times just wasn't my jam. I gave the nose on this like one of my worst ratings. It was just terrible. Yeah, the nose on this is just metallic. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal, guys. Early Times is not for me. It's got sweetness, but it's so metallic, I can't deal. It reminds me of really, really cheap Irish whiskey. There's this metallic note that I cannot vibe with. I think if you like Irish whiskey, though, Early Times is really going to be in your wheelhouse. Moron Academy. I love the BMBIB. Stays in rotation at my house. Who makes Early Times again? Well, honestly, I don't remember. I feel like Early Times just changed ownership too, but I can't keep track of all of it. Yeah, that Benchmark Bond was a lot better than I thought it was. How about that? Bought by Sazerac. Thank you, Trevor. Yeah, it was Brown Forman. It was bought by Sazerac. That's right. Yeah, what'd Mike say? Very Old Barton is my old favorite. It's been spiced up. Yeah, I totally get that, Mike. I mean, those two were up there for me. I mean, you know, the nose on the Very Old Barton is really the reason that it got pushed down. I had it as my number 2 pick on the flavor. It's a solid whiskey. I think it's a good keeper. But I gotta say, like the big surprise for me is the JTS Brown. Like the JTS Brown I had it as number 3. Well, number 4 because the number 1 was a tie, but I had it as number 3 for tasting and number 1 on the nose. That JTS Brown is the cheapest one I tasted of all of these, and it's doing pretty great. Doesn't seem like any of them are super exciting for me. I have a 6-year very old Barton that would kill this lineup. I'm sure it would, Ryan. I'm sure it would. This is just off the shelf shit. Somebody was joking about bringing in the Heaven Hill 6-year as well. That used to be floating around. That's gone now. They're getting worse. I mean, what are you gonna say? There's a big rush. So do what you can. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not super excited about any of these, but I don't expect to be. Like, the point of a table whiskey is not to be super excited about it. Not good. One of those early times, you can keep it. But the mellow corn, man, what happened? I made a whole video about mellow corn, about how much I like mellow corn, and about how it was $10. Now it's $15. They upped the price since I did that video. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's got this really weird, not metallic. It's like chemically taste. Well, not good. Not good. It's weird to go back and confirm these things, but it's just not my jam. Yeah, proletariat whiskey, that's for sure. Probably not the best competition one day after Van Winkle tenure. Yeah, you know, it's. I've slept since then. But this bad boy, this GTS Brown, man. I may have to go get a case of this. I'm only looking at the chart so I can figure out which glass they were in originally and keep them in the same glass. But yeah, man, that's fucking good. That's legitimately good. That's not just like good for $10. Like, this is a decent whiskey. That's what I would call it, a decent whiskey. Yeah, I got no complaints about that. Not a one. Huh. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this cheap whiskey I've got. I've amassed quite the collection now. Yeah, we'll figure something out. In the meantime, I'm all whiskeyed out. I drank a lot of cheap whiskey now. I'm starting to sweat. I need to get some food in me. Yolanda's breaking the door. Just heard her make some sort of awful sound.
I was trying to bring the dog to you, and I may have spilled the entire watering can.
Well, sounds like Yolanda spilled the entire watering can. That's fun. This is why. This is my dog, Oreo. It was Yolanda's dog first, but now I've adopted her. She likes the smell of whiskey. I won't let her drink it. Hope you all can join tomorrow. Patreon.com/thedrinkpro. It's where you can join up, get some cool benefits. I try to keep it be a good value. Include early access to videos, and merch, and all kinds of things. But it's the only place you're going to see this cutie again. Isn't that right? And you'll be able to ask me and Yolanda anything you want. which I realize is a dangerous proposition. Smells pretty good. No worries, Dave. Yeah, man, JTS Brown, who'd have thunk it? All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. Y'all have a good night. Y'all keep drinking like professionals. Enjoy it, man. Don't be afraid of those cheap whiskeys. I learned some shit today. I learned about this JTS Brown. I did not know, and I learned. I can hear myself talking in the background because Yolanda has me on the TV. So I have a long delay. All right, everybody. Keep drinking like professionals. Cheers. Hey, that's good.